February, friends. Welcome to a brand new month, and I cannot tell you how excited I am for our food of the month in February, which is pizza. I adore pizza. Take out, order in, go to the restaurant, wherever it is, I love it. But I've really come to love making it on my own. It's so easy to make at home, and sometimes there are things I like on pizza that you can't really get at a pizza shop, like ricotta cheese or broccoli or sometimes even chicken. So I thought for February we'd make 4 new pizzas at home really quickly, really easily, really cheaply, and then you'll have options for those times you want pizza but you don't just want a normal pepperoni. So I thought for the first one we'd actually make the dough just to see how super simple pizza dough is. I'm not a big baker. You know I have this egg allergy, so it makes baking really difficult sometimes, but pizza dough is so easy and there are no eggs, so it's perfect. So here's what we've got in here. In our stand mixer with a dough hook. That's what this is. If you don't use a stand mixer a whole lot, you might not have seen one of these before. It's just a hook shape on here. It's used for making doughs because it kneads the ingredients as it circles around instead of the paddle mixer or the whisk mixer. This is perfect for making dough. So if you are making it with a stand mixer, go ahead and use a dough hook like this one. If not, you can also do this just with your hands and knead it with your fingers if you don't mind getting messy. Take your rings off before you do that or else they'll never get clean again. But the stand mixer makes it so easy. This is one of my favorite kitchen gadgets. But in here is a cup of warm water, a tablespoon of honey, and 1 packet of rapid rise yeast. That's it. You want to put that in about 5 minutes before you get ready to make it because the yeast needs to come back to life. It starts to get really, really foamy in here. It smells awesome, like bread is baking, and it grows. I mean, yeast is a living thing. You see it growing in here. That's when you know, A, your yeast is still alive, so your dough is going to rise, and B, you're ready to mix your other ingredients in. So that's what's in here. At this point, so easy. We're going to add salt, flour, and olive oil, and that is it. A good pinch of salt, probably, I don't know, 1.5 teaspoons, 2 teaspoons. A good drizzle of olive oil. This is really what's going to flavor your dough. And then the flour. Now the flour is going to take between 2 and 3 cups. Depends on how humid it is outside, how much water you actually had in here, those sorts of things. So I'm going to go ahead and add about 1.5 cups of this and give it a stir, and then we'll see how it is. So I'm going to turn on the dough hook. Remember, start slow, don't start fast. The flour will be all over your kitchen. We've all done that. So this is looking great. You can see it definitely needs some more. You want this to be a smooth dough. It'll come together in a ball. So I'm going to add some more. Look at that flour. Under there. This is looking good. The dough hook is really nice. It brings it all together. You can even hear it change. It brings it all together in the middle and pulls together to form a ball. And that's just what you want. Once you've got that, you're finished. How easy was that? The only thing you have left to do is let it rise. It takes about 30 minutes. It'll double in size, and then you're ready to use it. That's it. We just made homemade pizza dough. This has all come together. You can let it knead for a few minutes here with the dough hook is fine, but you're finished. I'll show you what it looks like. You might, after it's kneaded for a little bit longer, it'll pull together into a slightly tighter ball, but that's it. That's pizza dough. Let it rise for 30 minutes, and you're set. So simple. The other great thing about homemade dough, it will last for a while. At least 4 to 5 days in the refrigerator wrapped up in plastic wrap, or once it's risen, you can freeze it. Individual portions, just small, kind of like golf ball size, freeze them on a cookie sheet, dump them all once they're hard into a big plastic bag, pop them in your freezer, and then you've got individual size pizzas ready for you whenever you want them. So helpful, which is what I've actually done. I'm going to scooch some of this stuff out of the way. Was that not so easy? Don't you just want to make pizza every night now? What I've done here, this is about how much dough you get in a little bit smaller than a golf ball size. I like to roll it out in little squares like this. I think it's just kind of fun, a little bit different. You can roll it out in circles or whatever shapes you want, obviously, and pre-bake them. Now, I love my pizza really thin and really crispy, almost like a cracker. If you're one of those people who like really deep dish pizza, just don't press it out quite so much and it'll be almost more like focaccia. It'll be really chewy and yummy. So however you want it is fine. I like mine super thin. So another trick is to pre-bake your crust before you top it. It's really helpful if you like a crispy bottom like this. You can almost hear it. If you don't, if you like it really soft, then you can put the toppings on when it's raw and bake it all as one. But I like mine really crispy, so that's why this has been pre-baked. But I thought for our first this one, we just do a really simple play on the tomato, basil, and mozzarella, just a normal margarita pizza. Now, if you saw the New Year's Eve party, cocktail party, you saw that we did a tomato basil dip. That was a huge hit. Everybody loved it. So I thought, is there a way to recycle that recipe into this pizza? Now remember, it was cream cheese, sun-dried tomatoes, basil pesto, and mozzarella cheese. If you want the whole recipe, check my website, lovetobeginagain.wordpress.com. The recipes are there. You can get all of these, no problem. But it's super simple. You barely need a recipe for it. But the topping makes a great pizza topping as well. So we're just going to spread this on here. Another reason I love doing these smaller pizzas is that everyone can top their own. I hate olives. If I ever saw pizza with olives on it, I'd have to turn it down, and I love pizza. So for a reason like that, it's nice that everyone can top their own with whatever they like. But this one is super simple. People probably will be able to find something they love in this no matter what. But I thought we'd put a little bit of that tomato basil spread. And this is mozzarella. Now you can get mozzarella two ways. One, the pre-shredded kind in the bag, or this is how it comes. It's in a ball. Sometimes it's in its own water or milk. You can get buffalo mozzarella that's really pricey but amazing, or just a normal cow's milk mozzarella like this one. The taste is different. It melts differently. It's a little bit creamier, and it kind of pulls apart like this. It's awesome, really awesome. So if you can find this mozzarella, feel free to use that. If you can't and just want to use the normal shredded in the bag, also an option. But we've got an amazing woman here that makes her own mozzarella. It's so fun to watch. You put the curds in this big bowl of hot water and then stretch it with your hands. You can actually make it at home. It's not hard to make. I made it, probably 6 months ago. It just takes a whole lot of milk. So be prepared. You got to get a couple gallons of milk if you want to make any mozzarella. But who doesn't love saying, yeah, I made this cheese? Amazing. So we're going to pop some of that mozzarella. And then all we have here is just some shredded basil and a few little red pepper flakes. You know me and the red peppers. Gotta always get those in there somewhere. And I love a little bit of heat with the creaminess of the mozzarella and the sweetness of the tomato. So just a few. Again, if you don't like heat at all, my friend Andrew would hate it if there was any of these red peppers on here. Don't add them, no problem. But I like a little kick that they add. And that's it. How simple. So I'm going to plot these about 400 degrees, 7, 8, 9 minutes. Remember, the crust has been pre-baked, so all we're really doing is melting the top and making it gooey and delicious. So I'm going to pop these in, and luckily, I've already made some. And don't those look so good? Let me scooch this out of the way. You see how the mozzarella, it just it stays a little more whole, but it melts into these delicious stringy pieces. Just looks awesome. I'm gonna have a bite. I hope you're as excited about the pizza month as I am. I can't wait. Get pumped. Next week is our pre-Valentine's Day pizza, so I can't wait till you see what I've done. Just a hint, it's not going to be salty. It will be sweet, so who could get more excited? Have a great week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.